Hi there, my name is Suze and I work with women to help them find balance between their internal masculine and feminine energies so that they can have lives that feel really emotionally fulfilling, full of love and connection. So today, Sacred Sunday, love my Sacred Sundays. I'm going to pull from my Oracle decks as I usually do for my Sacred Sundays. As always, I will be pulling from my Angels Oracle deck, and today I decided to get the Work Your Light Oracle deck as well. I don't think I've actually used this one on the channel yet. And this is one of my earlier decks as well. As I always say, my Angel deck was the first deck I ever got for Oracle cards. And then the Work Your Light Oracle deck is an earlier one that I had too. So I hope you all are having a great weekend. If you didn't catch my video from yesterday, Saturday, I started talking about the new moon in Gemini, which for me in my area is today, Sunday. So if you didn't check that video out, make sure you check out that video, because if you know, new moons are all about building an energy, building momentum to manifest the things that you want. And so learning to work with the particular energies that are being highlighted astrologically and with the moon can really help that process of transformation and shifting and having the changes in your life that you want. So I've already pre-shuffled these cards. I think actually today I'm going to start with the Work Your Oracle deck and see what message we have for the collective for this week. And my Divine Feminine's message to focus on. Message for the Divine Feminines, please. Here we go. Soul family, you don't have to do it alone. This is so much in that realm of the unity consciousness that we're really coming into, and learning how to heal together and getting more out of the modality of healing or the mindset of healing that thinks you have to be in isolation, kind of like going into the cave to do your healing. And yes, that is part of the process. But for so many of us Divine Feminines, and particularly the collective of Divine Feminines that I feel I am speaking to, you've already done so much deep, dark shadow work. And so now the next thing is to integrate, collaborate, bring your soul tribe with you, learn how to do things together, because that is the next level, right? It's really easy, and I've said this a lot, like when you're single, right? It's like you can get addicted to being single because it's so easy. Like once you get into that space of, I love my space, I love my peace, I love being in full control of my environment and my life and my schedule, and I don't have to try to collaborate with anyone else for my life. That can be really freeing, and it can get kind of addicting. And so the idea of integrating back in with other people can be really difficult. Also, I'm kind of having the thought of coming what we just came out of, and I don't want to say specifically, but the last 3 years in our world environment of things that we were dealing with, we were in a lot of isolation. We were in a lot of kind of closed off, doing our own thing. And so now coming back out into the world maybe feel like a challenge. And this is a reminder to grab the people that are meant to be with you, the soul family. I love all the elements here. We have the beautiful flowers down here. It almost looks like, it's like a lavender color. It's beautiful. And then we have, the palms touching. I am all about that. There's so much grounding and connection that can happen with hands, and then the third eye grounding into each other. We also have some whales and dolphins. If some of you may know the spiritual meaning. If not, I challenge you, look it up. I invite you. Whales and dolphins have a lot of meanings, particularly for me, and things I'm going to be getting more into on this channel. And then we have all of this water energy. Again, the emotional, intuitive, feminine energy with the water. And then this beautiful sky. It's almost like a sunset, kind of like a sunset, which sunsets are my favorite. I want to see what was also at the bottom of the deck. Oh, I love it because oh wow, this card is gorgeous. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration, just what I was saying. Bottom of the deck, let's pull this card. Look at this. How gorgeous, a very cosmic card. It like totally matches what I'm wearing today. Look at that. I'm like color coordinated and I had no idea that was gonna happen. But we have like this stardust. I don't know if you can see this in the card, but there's like this stardust and she's being called up. Notice how it's come from her heart space. Her heart space is what's ascending her, what's lifting her up, what's the source of her awakening. I absolutely love this. Her body language is very open to receive, very relaxed. Her hands are open. I've done videos about that on my feminine energy tip of the day on the Fridays. I've talked about relaxation and opening your body, opening your hands, looking up in goddess energy to receive from the heavens. And then again, we have the moon, which is very much reflective of like the intuitive, emotional energy of the water here, water and moon. They have a lot of connection there. I absolutely love that that came out. All right, let me pull quickly from my angel deck. Messages, comfort, reassurance for the divine feminine for this week from the angels, please. A bunch just fell out, but I want to see if I can get more of like one instead of a whole conglomeration. Message. Ah, boy, I pulled this one before. This one comes out a lot, and I'm not surprised because I know collectively with the feminines, there's some things that are going on. I'm not surprised this came out. See only love. I love this card. This was actually a message, a campaign really that I did on Facebook back in 2020. I was doing a campaign of see only love when people were in a space of a lot of fear being brought to the surface and people were really being triggered at a really base fear level, and really challenging people to see what you can see of the good of anything good in the current situation. I absolutely love this. There's a lot here in this. We have the moon again behind her. We have the moon. Again, she has her hand open and upward with the heart in it, which again is that very receptive, relaxed, surrendered, open. We have a lot of childlike energy here. That childlike innocence, not being naive, still being very discerning and wise, but that childlike willingness to love, willingness to forgive. The word forgiveness is really coming through strongly for me with this card. I know that for a lot of us, we've been on a journey where people have really wronged us, right? It may appear from the human perspective that we have been severely wronged by people. And maybe some of those people, maybe you've pulled away, maybe you've made some boundaries with people, and maybe some of those people are coming back around at this time. And it is your choice whether or not to be in communion with them. However, the higher road is forgiveness, and forgiveness does not mean that you welcome them back into your arms and pretend like nothing ever happened and just go along merrily burying your head in the sand and no, no, I'm not talking about any of that. And like kind of erasing any work that you've had to do of what bubbled up in that wronging, right? But this is a choosing to forgive and to not create negative karma for yourself. Choosing to really truly release the burden of whatever it was that bubbled up in that dynamic. And you can choose to keep your boundary and not be in communion and community with the person or people or whatever, but coming at it from a graceful place, from a forgiving place, from an understanding place. I've said in previous videos, and one of my favorite things to say is, everyone is doing the best that they can with the information and the resources that they currently have. That has been a really helpful thing for me when I've had to forgive people for things that I cannot fully comprehend with my mind because I just don't function in that way. And it's very difficult for me to empathize when I cannot, and this is a very Aquarius thing here, when I cannot understand how someone would act in that way towards another human. But that's a whole nother story. I will share these other cards really quickly that fell out with the See Only Love. We have some energy work. So maybe someone here listening to this message, maybe you need to kind of, again, pull in with yourself for a moment. Self-care. I always think self-care with the energy one. Do you feel drained? Do you feel sad? Do you have any kind of a heavier energy, a guilt, a remorse, a sadness, grief, loss, anger, anything like that? You are perfectly allowed to feel those feelings, and it's great that you acknowledge and label them and know what's going on, and you're not just bypassing them. So really drop into a space of self-care at this time. Love yourself. What do you need? What would feel really nourishing and supporting and nurturing and calming to you? Because it's when we're in that calm, again, relaxed space, and we let the love wash over us, we let the love let it go. It's not about just letting it go, because so often that goes into an area of bypassing and ignoring the reality of what you're experiencing or what happened to you. And it's never that. It's instead seeing what happened, choosing to put the attention on yourself, take the attention off of the person or the situation onto yourself, love yourself, and let the love that you feel washing through you wash and remove the thing. And that's how you truly, in my opinion, that's how you let it go from the higher place. Oh my word. And I didn't even know. Let your past go. This was the next card right underneath the energy work, validating what I was just saying. Let your past go. And I love, most of you here know, I'm a yoga instructor as well. And so I'm all about the mudras and the hands placements and things like this. And I love how she has one hand on her heart. Again, it's the love, letting your love take it away from you and let it go. It's the love that you're giving yourself and giving to the situation and letting that wash and purify the dirty, the old, the lower vibration. Let that wash away. I love that. Then we have child, again, reiterating what I was saying with the other card about the childlike energy, which again, that goes into the see only love, right? Child, how can I embrace more of a childlike perspective, of an openness, a willingness to love into this situation? I'm going to read this too, because it's also the message of it is reading what I just said a minute ago. It says, you care deeply about children and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that we can give you more time and energy to the children who need you. Children in your physical, outside reality, and also your inner. And then at the bottom, life purpose. I did a stories in my stories on Facebook and Instagram. If you don't follow me there, there's always the link in the description box here below. I like to post a lot of fun things. I post music, I post card readings, all kinds of random fun things in my stories. You may enjoy seeing that. But life purpose is something I was talking about because I'm really feeling drawn into this theme of shame, and how the thing you have felt the most shamed for by other people, the thing that you have felt like you have been shamed the most for, some aspect of yourself, is the very thing that actually leads you to your life purpose for a number of reasons. And I am going to be speaking to that. So I love that that message came out. It's kind of affirming the direction of where I'm going with this channel. So I hope everyone has a beautiful Sacred Sunday. If you found value in this message, please do subscribe. I so appreciate you being here and helping to boost my visibility, helping to support my channel and the work that I am doing here. And as always, please drop some comments. I love hearing from you. I feel like I'm part of a community when I see messages and comments from you on here. So thank you so much for that, and have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.